Hello, and welcome back to the Casual Ethnographer. My name is Elizabeth.
On today's episode, I'm going to take you through some window shopping where I'll visit 4 local retailers looking at specifically pain relief formulations over the counter for both children and adults. The goal is to get an idea of what current pricing is. Here in the United States, prices are beginning to fluctuate, and there is talk of scarcity coming up. So I just wanted to create a baseline with this video, so I hope you enjoy.
Let's do a little window shopping. Let's take a look at over-the-counter medications and nutritional supplements available in some local stores. I'm going to be doing this shopping online. And as always, this video is for educational or entertainment purposes only. It is not medical advice. I'm just observing retail prices as a curious customer. We're going to start off with Target. So let's navigate over to where they keep the medications. So health. Let's start off with, let's do kids medication first. So pain relief. Anyone who has had a little one or watched over a little one, you know that when they get sick, sometimes you need to provide them with some pain relief. Target does have not only name brands, but also their own store brand, generic brand. So here you can see there is a chewable variety. I have tried to give these to my kids. They do not like them. But let's just take a look for giggle's sake. What is in this? This is 24 chewable tablets for ages 2 to 11, and it is retailing for $7.99 or 33 cents per tablet. And here is a liquid variety. What's fun about these is that obviously with liquid you measure it based on what's on the size of the box, side of the box, whereas with the tablets it's a little easier to measure. You know, if it's one a certain age, they get one. If it's another age, maybe 1.5. But this is retailing for $7.69 or $1.92 per fluid ounce. Tylenol is acetaminophen. It's the brand name for acetaminophen. Motrin is ibuprofen. I know that there have been times when my children's doctor has prescribed both. When my older daughter had her tonsils out, they had her alternating between the liquid Motrin and liquid ibuprofen, or sorry, liquid Motrin and liquid Tylenol. So this one is going for $7.69 or $1.92 an ounce. I don't remember if Motrin offers a chewable, though. I know that Tylenol does. Let's just take a quick peek down. Okay, so here is the generic version, the store brand version of ibuprofen. So this would be comparable to the Motrin. This is going for $4.19 or $1.05 per fluid ounce. So it is almost half the price. In our household, we've noticed no difference between the brand name and the store brand. So it's really personal preference. I am a big label reader, so I will look at things that maybe don't agree with my children. They don't seem to do well with artificial sweeteners. We try and choose the dye-free when possible. Let's see here. Genexa, never tried that brand, but that would be comparable to the Tylenol. That's acetaminophen. Here is the store brand for the Tylenol, and this is going for $3.59 or 90 cents per fluid ounce. More Tylenol chewables. Advil is another brand name for ibuprofen, so it'd be comparable to the Motrin. Oh, here is some chewable ibuprofens. So these are going for $7.69 per box or $16 per tablet. Mommy's Bliss. I seem to remember them selling something that maybe I bought when my kids were really, really tiny, but I've not tried their pain relief. This version is acetaminophen. Here, just taking a quick peek, see if there's anything else that might interest you all. Okay, let's switch over to Fred Meyer, see what their children's pain relief, see what we can get here. Okay, so Kroger is the parent company over Fred Meyer. In our area, Kroger has two store lines. There's Fred Meyer, and then there's also QFC. QFC we don't hit quite as often because they are not as numerous in our area, but they are a nice store. So here's Kroger ibuprofen, so this would be comparable to Advil. This is going for $4.79 per bottle. This is the liquid, or $1.20 per fluid ounce. And their chewables, the chewable ibuprofen is going for $4.99 per box of 24. They don't give the breakdown per tablet, but that's easy to calculate. Brand name Tylenol. So they have multiple sizes. Let's take a look here. So this is for infants. Infants is going to be, in my experience, a little bit more expensive than the children's version. It does come with a syringe from experience to give it to the baby because babies can't drink out of a little cup. So that is helpful. But this is a 2 fluid ounce bottle. They're tiny, selling for $11.79. And this is brand name Tylenol acetaminophen. Let's see here. That Motrin is for adults, I can tell by looking at it. Here is children's ibuprofen, just a different flavor. Let's see here. Here's the, that's more ibuprofen. Okay, so here's children's Tylenol, the brand name, meant for the older kids. So 8 fluid ounces, selling for $12.99 or $1.62 per fluid ounce, and they do have some different flavors to choose from. Oh, Advil. That is ibuprofen, so it'd be comparable to Motrin, selling for $6.29 or $1.57 per fluid ounce. Let's go ahead and take a look at Safeway. And if you watched my last video, or first video, you saw that Safeway has taken over a lot of the Albertsons up here. Let's see here. Okay, so children's ibuprofen right here selling for $10.99 or $2.75 per fluid ounce. They have different flavors, different sizes. You can see some of the adult stuff is mixed in here. If we can find some children's ibuprofen, or sorry, acetaminophen. Okay, so here's children's Tylenol. Um, this is selling for $10.99 or $2.75 per fluid ounce. You can see they've got a lot of the adult stuff mixed in here. So here is a children's brand, children's store brand of acetaminophen comparable to Tylenol, and this is selling for $7.79 per bottle or $1.95 per fluid ounce. Here is the store brand for ibuprofen, a children's ibuprofen, and this is $9.99. It does not give a breakdown per fluid ounce. Let's see what size the bottle is. 1 fluid ounce. So it is $9.99 per fluid ounce. This must be for little baby. Oh, yes, this is infants. That makes perfect sense. Because infants' medication, in my experience, tends to be more expensive than the children's. Okay, here's store brand children's ibuprofen selling for $7.79 per bottle or $1.89 for per fluid ounce. Okay, and the last store I wanted to show you for this is Rite Aid. Rite Aid is a um, just a pharmacy, but they sell a lot of other random things. I've shopped there multiple times over the years, not so much in the last few years, but they sell cosmetics, like store brand cosmetics, or no, I shouldn't say drugstore. That's what I meant to say. Drugstore cosmetics. You can go in there. Rite Aid's always carried a lot of gardening supplies, other random things like if you need a pot holder, they have seasonal stuff. It tends to be kind of a cute little store. But because they are a full-on pharmacy, they do offer all these other services. I myself have gotten quite a few vaccines there. Um, let's see if we can find over-the-counter medications. Let's try this. Okay, pain relief. Oh, gonna make me get real specific. Okay, so let's look at non-aspirin pain relief. Aleve, that is an adult medication. If it'll let me choose the age range, and it is not. Okay, well, let's just do some looking then. Okay, here is children's ibuprofen. This is brand name Motrin, and it is selling for $9.49, and that is for a 4 fluid ounce bottle. This is the dye-free variety, which tends to go for just a little bit more in my experience. Let's see here. Oh, it's going to take me right back to the top again. Down. Okay, so here's a children's ibuprofen chewable. 24 count box selling for $6.39. Here is the infant's ibuprofen selling for $14.49. So here we have two different varieties of children's Tylenol liquid, one dye-free and one not, and they're selling for the same price of $8.99. Infant's ibuprofen store brand selling for $13.99. Children's ibuprofen store brand selling for $9.99. Here's Motrin, so brand name ibuprofen selling for $9.49. See if we can find some more Tylenol. Here's children's acetaminophen, so this is comparable to Tylenol. Store brand, $6.29. Children's Tylenol chewable 24 count box, brand name, selling for $9.29. And here's a comparable store brand. So again, acetaminophen, comparable to Tylenol, selling for $6.69 for a 24 count box. Okay, I think that gives us a pretty good look at what children's pain relief looks like in the stores right now. Now let's take a look at still pain relief, but let's look at the adult options. When searching, this is pulling up a lot more than just your acetaminophen and ibuprofen options. So we will try to stick to just those as I scroll through. Advil liquid gels here. This is going to be ibuprofen. The liquid gel is supposed to, according to the manufacturer, deliver a faster response into your body. I have bought these previously, and if I remember correctly, they have like a mint um, coating on them. So it's a bizarre sensation when you go to take them. I personally have not found any difference really between taking a regular ibuprofen tablet. Um, but as always, this video is just for educational purposes, entertainment purposes only. It's not medical advice, just observing as a consumer. Let's go ahead and scroll down. So extra strength acetaminophen. Um, Acetaminophen can come in different milligrams. The extra strength is going to be 500 milligrams, and I believe regular strength is 325. So here, side by side, you are looking at brand name and store brand. Uh, so both 500 milligrams, and let's take a look at the brand name first. So if we look at a smaller bottle, 24 count, uh, excuse me, this is selling for $4.49 or 19 cents per tablet. Um, let's go back and look at the store brand. So this is 50 count, so it's slightly larger, or double, not slightly. and it is selling for $1.19 or 2 cents per tablet. So there is a noticeable difference in price. So you're going to see some migraine and tension headache and whatnot in here. My personal experience is that it's a combination of acetaminophen and aspirin and caffeine. So if you are caffeine sensitive, such as myself, these medications are not going to help you. They're going to hurt you. For that reason, I have a prescription migraine medication. Um, I've also heard from people who are not caffeine sensitive that they only work for milder forms of migraine. Again, I'm not a doctor and I don't have any personal experience with that. I just had a negative reaction to the medication because of the caffeine component. So here you've got another Tylenol product, extra strength again, rapid release. Um, I personally have had no experience with that having a more rapid response, but perhaps others have. Here's a gel option. That BioFreeze is awesome if you have any muscle soreness from activity. So here is the brand, one of the brand names for ibuprofen for adults, Advil. So they come in 200 milligram tablets. This particular, it's going to make me open it up to look at it. So if you look at a 200 count bottle, let's look at 24 counts, so it's comparable to the Tylenol. So this is selling for $4.99 for a 24 count bottle, and that's 21 cents per tablet. And so a comparable to that would be this store brand of ibuprofen. It won't let me look at a 24 count, but here's a 100 count, and this is selling for $1.99 or 2 cents per tablet. The Motrin, this is another variety of ibuprofen. Let's take a look at its prices. So this is a 100 count bottle, so comparable to the last 100 count bottle of ibuprofen we were looking at. This is selling for $9.49 or 9 cents per tablet. Okay, let's take a look at Fred Meyer now. So Kroger brand of acetaminophen comparable to Tylenol. This is a 100 count bottle, selling for $1.99 or 2 cents per tablet. Here is brand name Motrin, a 225 count bottle, selling for $20.99 or 9 cents per tablet. Kroger acetaminophen comparable to Tylenol, 24 count bottle selling for $1.49 or 6 cents per tablet. They also sell double packs. So here you have a 1,000 count. That brings the price down to 1 cent per tablet. That's a pretty good deal. Tylenol also offers this PM option. Um, so it is the regular Tylenol, extra strength, so the 500 milligram, but it has a sleep aid ingredient. Let's see if we can figure out what that sleep aid ingredient is. Okay, I am not. Okay, so here is the information. So it contains 25 milligrams of diphenhydramine, hydrochloric, uh, per caplet. So I'm not really sure what that is comparable to other medications. Um, that is what the PM is for Tylenol PM. Um, have I taken it? Probably at some point, but I don't buy it regularly. It's not something that I take. Let's see here. And you'll notice I'm not covering aspirin. That's just not something that my household usually purchases. Here is the Kroger arthritis pain relief option. It'll tell us what is in it. So it is, as you can see, a higher dosage. So it's acetaminophen extended release at 650 milligrams. And that is selling for $6.99 or 7 cents per tablet. Okay. So here we've got store brand Motrin, 200 milligrams, selling for $11.49 or 11 cents per tablet. Store brand acetaminophen, 24 count, $2.99 or 12 cents per tablet. Store brand ibuprofen. So the acetaminophen is comparable to Tylenol, ibuprofen comparable to Motrin. This one is selling for $1.25 or 5 cents per tablet. Both of those are for 24 count bottles. Okay, I think that gives us a pretty good introduction. So here you've also got Advil has their own PM option. Let's pop over to Safeway and take a look. So here we've got brand name Tylenol selling 500 milligram 100 count bottle, $11.99 on sale, regularly $13.99. So selling for 12 cents per tablet. And that again is for a 100 count bottle. Here is the 24 count bottle of Advil, so that's ibuprofen, selling for $5.99 regular price or 25 cents per tablet. Scrolling down, we've got acetaminophen, store brand, 500 count bottle is selling for $19.99 or 4 cents per tablet. Um, comparable to, again, straight across, extra strength acetaminophen store brand 100 count bottle is selling for $8.49 per bottle or 8 cents per tablet. So by getting 5 times as much, you're going to save half. Let's see here. We can find an ibuprofen. Okay, so here we've got a store brand ibuprofen, 100 count bottle, $8.49. So that's comparable to the store brand acetaminophen, and that is also 8 cents per tablet. Okay, and now let's take a look at Rite Aid. We left off on page 4 when we were looking at children's. So let's pop back. Oh, whoop, whoop, whoop. That is so not what I was trying to do. Trying to go back to the beginning. Okay, Might all complete. That is, for those of you not familiar, it is something marketed to women. It contains caffeine in addition to acetaminophen. And then there's another item in there that I am not familiar with. This is not a product that I have purchased, so I am not familiar with it. I stick to Tylenol and Motrin or their generic versions. So here we've got Aleve. Aleve is an NSAID. Here, I'll open one up so you can take a look at it. Um, so it's not an aspirin or a acetaminophen or a ibuprofen product. It contains naproxen sodium. I have taken this in the past. My experience is that it is for when you have sustained pain, like I've taken it for when I've injured my back. So it lasts a long time, but it's not something that I keep in my house, so I'm not super familiar with it, but I have taken it in the past. Okay, let's find what we're really here looking for, which is okay, so here is the Rite Aid brand acetaminophen, 500 milligram, 50 count bottle, selling for $5.69. And here is store brand acetaminophen, 500 milligram. Um, oh, this must be a PM version because it's got another ingredient. So let's move on. Regular strength acetaminophen. So yes, I was correct. It's 325 milligrams. So a regular strength in a 100 count bottle. And this one is going to tell me how many tablets are in it. 100 counts. $6.99. Here are 500 milligram acetaminophen, rapid release. One is a tablet, one is a gel. It can be kind of pricey. Trying to find and comparable across the board. Tylenol 8-hour, so that competes with the Aleve, which is supposed to last you 12. Okay, so here's a pretty basic 12 count, 200 milligram ibuprofen, store brand, $1.59. Okay, so this is a product I've not seen before, but this is intriguing. So like I mentioned, sometimes we've been told by doctors to take both acetaminophen and ibuprofen, like when my daughter had her tonsils out. So this is dual action, produced by Advil, and it is a combination of acetaminophen and ibuprofen. So it would be like taking Motrin and Tylenol together. Let's see if it will give us a little bit more information about what the breakdown is. Okay, so 250 milligrams of acetaminophen, 125 milligrams of ibuprofen, and that must be per tablet. Or did it? Okay, well, at any rate, that's an interesting mixture. I know that when my daughter had her tonsils removed, they had us alternating. So every 3 hours she would take one or the other. So it's interesting that's in one tablet. Go ahead and take a look at this last page. Probably nothing really new. A lot of duplicates.
Thank you for coming along today. I hope you found this video informative and that you will stop by for future episodes as we continue to track retail prices of consumer goods and look for signs of scarcity. Please comment below what your area looks like, store shelves, prices. I'd be really curious to see that. And as always, thank you for stopping by today. Your presence is appreciated. Thank you for watching.